go again. Part 2, really. Isn't this beautiful? All the colours. Well, it's partial lockdown and we still have to be careful. Yes, I've got my rewashable face mask and my hand cleanser in my pockets. And I'm on 12-week quarantine. In a way, I'm still quarantined because I'm not associating with anybody. And who the hell wants to associate with anybody? But it is so nice after almost 2 months of illness, with COVID, feeling sick for a week and then coming down with pneumonia. This is actually the first time I felt reasonably fit. Still feeling a tad shaky in the muscles, but I suspect that is weeks and weeks and weeks of just sitting doing bugger all. No, I won't be going into any shops. If I need petrol, I'll go to the self-service down at Tiptree or Haybridge. I have no wish, whilst in the 12 weeks, to associate with anybody. Call me antisocial. I think I am. I've always been slightly antisocial. I'm not one for groups or big gatherings. Went to a few music concerts, Glastonbury, Cambridge, when I was in my teens, and I think it was about then that I discovered I just didn't like people, or not en masse. Don't mind groups of 1 or 2 or 3. I'm not a great fan of queuing. This is probably why in the early days I enjoyed international lorry driving. If you stop somewhere, there might be another driver there to talk to, or maybe even 2, sometimes 3. But you could get back in your cab and you could carry on driving, and you'd spend endless days actually on your own, and I enjoyed that. And this quarantine period has not been hard for me. It's been quite relaxing. But that said, I do miss Jonathan, James, Ian, popping round for a coffee. I do miss that human interaction on a small basis. So I'm not anti being social, I like being social, but just in very, very small clusters. What are you? Are you an isolationist? Or are you a crowd enjoyer? I don't know what the words are. I'm sure there are phrases for the type of person. But what do you enjoy? What's your level of comfort? Do you indeed have a comfort level? Are you one of those that just doesn't care? Social or antisocial? What are you? I think a lot of genuine bikers or motorcycle riders are reasonably antisocial. And those that aren't all ride around in big groups. I'm sure that's, I don't know, never understood that. I've never done it. I think the biggest group I've ever ridden in was 3 of us. Going up to the RCTW one year. That was enjoyable. And we actually took back lanes to avoid all those convoys that go up there. So it was obvious that my 2 friends with me were also fairly antisocial. Hate it when you sit down somewhere like on a bus or a plane and the person next to you instantly starts talking to you as though you've known each other for years. No, sod off. In fact, on one short plane trip I had to do, I pretended to have a sore throat and this woman just blabbered all the way. Seems to be a few more burridis on this side, but only swanny poos by the look of it. We'll have a look, shall we? Oh. Well, lots of swans. Lots of swans. And you can actually see them in their pairs. Nice looking poppies down there. Out very early. Oh, a couple of geese. Canada geese, I believe. I'm not an expert. I'm sure somebody will pop up and tell me. Oh, and a herd of lesser feathered cyclists. From the clan of the nut-nesting nit warblers. They're so used to human interaction, aren't they? Stroll up and down, really enjoyable way to spend 10 minutes. hairy pigs, or sheep as my daughter calls them. Go back around one more time. I'm just not quite ready to go back yet, and I don't want to go that far. So I shall pop through here, past the first part of the reservoir, and then find a lane to go home in. What were we talking about? Ah yes, social or antisocial. I was actually mulling over the last time I was in a big group, and I enjoyed it. Been in a few big groups. We used to have parish functions, dinners, dozens of people there. I don't know, I never quite fitted in because they all seem to want to blow their own trumpet. It was windy here, warm but windy, and that was the problem. People seem to want to blow their own trumpet, and I'm not a great one for that. I find it very hard to talk about a lot of things I've done in life. Purely and simply because I always feel it's bragging, and I'm not a bragger or a boaster. I think that's it. I haven't got much else to say. The old Waterworks Art Deco style monolith to concrete. Oh, Lea de la Haye, sorry, not Leomani, Lea de la Haye. I will get shot for that by someone. A Picasso in concrete. You look around London and there are some stunningly beautiful buildings as sewage plants, waterworks. Come out to the country, I know, let's stick a square concrete block down, that'll do. Of all the places you'd actually want something looking beautiful. Some max houses in the village. No. There are some beautiful houses around here. When I win the lottery, old chap, I wouldn't mind evicting one of the peasants from some of those houses. Evicting the peasants. Oh yeah, alright. I am a peasant. When I was growing up, we were lower upper class to upper middle class. We were in that sort of borderline. Father, ex-officer. We do have some famous family. In fact, a multimillionaire and 2 stage artists. Not going to go into it, not interested. I'll try and go down this way, why not? And then of course fortunes fall, don't they? I think the First World War knocked everybody, and the Second World War totally depleted them. So great-grandparents were definitely very upper class. Grandparents were middle class. We've worked their way right down to me being definitely lower class. This is all part of what used to be a massive estate. I don't know the name of the owners of the estate, but a lot of these bungalows and cottages belonged to the estate. I suspect it's all been split up now. A little, I don't know if we can see it, a little bit of water to the left. Probably their own little boating pool. Gatehouse on the left here, or a farm that is, so the gatehouse is a bit further up. Ah, that's the gatehouse. It must have been wonderful, but I bet when it was being kept properly, the wage bill would have been massive. It's another one of those things knocked by a couple of world wars. The world wars certainly changed this country, didn't they? Will this pandemic, well, it's not the biggest one this country's ever had, but will this pandemic change this country? What do you think? I think the rich are still going to get richer, the poor will get poorer. I have a feeling we're going to be hit with massive tax on everything to pay for everything that's happened. So even the lower middle class will suffer financially. That used to be a lovely pub. The Heckford Angel used to be a nice place to go. Like so many, died off. Well, thanks for keeping over to the left so I could get past. What do you think? What effect will the pandemic have on the actual country? I think we'll lose a lot of small businesses, but nature has a way of filling a void. I think the small businesses that die because they are financially broke, and that's not nice, But somebody else will see that opportunity, and somebody else with a little bit of cash in their pocket, and they will then fill that void. It's still saying, isn't it? Nature abhors a void. And it's true. I've had enough now of blabbing. You stay safe. Ride safe, stay happy, smile at the miserable bleeders. Bye. Bye bye.